al-Mu'mineen in Siffin, but he doesn't stand alongside Ali ibn Abi Talib, and he revolts against him. The second thing that we have in the books of history about this man is that never, whilst he was in Kufa, never was he seen performing salah. You know, we have certain fabricated narrations about Shimr. Some people have written that he would do a lot of ibadah. He would do a lot of worship, tilawah of Quran, hafiz of Quran, tahajjud. You will not find a reputable source in history that mentions this. Rather, what is found is this person was tariqus salah, was someone that wouldn't perform his prayers. And without a doubt, one of the reasons why someone can reach such a level of impurity that they can perform atrocities against Sayyid al-Shuhada himself is that he wouldn't pray. When you look in the narrations, we're told salah has a very fundamental effect in your life even though you don't realize it. And those that don't perform salah see what effect it has in regards to their character. Let me give you this example. Certain mufassireen have mentioned in the tafsir of Surah Al-Asr that on one occasion the Prophet of Islam Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam is sitting in Medina with a number of his companions, when suddenly a woman approaches them. Her mannerisms are not normal. The way that she approaches the Prophet and the companions is different. It's something strange. She says, Ya Rasulullah, I wish to speak to you on your own, without any of your companions being there. I have a personal issue that I wish to discuss with you. So the Prophet of Islam says, no problem. All of the companions go. This woman comes to the Prophet and says, Ya Rasulullah, I have performed one of the greatest sins that anyone could perform. So you've heard these type of narrations when a person would come to the Holy Prophet and say, Ya Rasulullah, I have performed that which is unthinkable. What is the response of the Holy Prophet of Islam? The response of the Holy Prophet is that the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal is greater than the sin that you have performed. She said, no, Ya Rasulullah, it's a great sin. So the Prophet says, what have you performed? So even this narration is an example of what can happen all of a sudden to a human being. A human being doesn't expect that one day I'll perform these atrocities. Shimr, when he was born and grew up, he envisaged that he would perform the things that he performed? Of course not. The Prophet of Islam says to this woman, and what is it that you have performed? She says, Ya Rasulullah, I'm married. I performed haram with another man. I became pregnant. The child was born. She said the life of the child was ended. And I sell vinegar in the city. We have a huge pot of vinegar. Na'udhu billah, I didn't know when this child that has passed away, what to do with it, the newborn child. I placed it in the pot of vinegar. Now this vinegar is completely what? It's completely najis. I've also taken the life of a newborn child and I sold all of this vinegar to the people of Medina. The Prophet of Islam says, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. The Prophet of Islam says, do you know one of the reasons you have performed what you have performed? He says, one of the reasons that you have performed what you have performed is that you don't perform salah. Is that correct? She says, Ya Rasulullah, it is correct. I don't perform my prayers. The Prophet of Islam says, when someone does such, because their connection with their Lord is no longer present, these are the type of things that they perform. This was part and parcel of the life of Shimr ibn l-Jawshan. The third question then that arises is key events in history. What were they that Shimr took part in? There are certain incidents in the history of Kufa